Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. I'm Jay Flynn, Director of the Homes for Heroes Foundation. I've got some really special guests today with me. So guys, take just a second and tell us who you are and tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'll start. I'm Sean Coffey. I am a Homes for Heroes affiliate based out of Madison, Wisconsin. Pleased to be here today to take part in this grant award to Healing Patriots, and Brent is here to receive it.
Yes, and I'm Brent Kozak. I am the president of Healing Patriots.
Awesome.
And I'm Aaron Chapin, 25-year law enforcement officer and Air Force veteran, former guest on a Healing Patriots trip, and one of the volunteers for the organization.
That's awesome. And then I know, Brent, we were chatting before we went on. You're also a Marine.
Correct.
In addition
Yes.
to the president. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
So, Brent, as part of the Homes for Heroes Circle of Giving, the Homes for Heroes Foundation provide grants whose nonprofits are to support our heroes in need. Sean and I are so honored to present this $5,000 Homes for Heroes Foundation grant to Healing Patriots. Congratulations.
Oh, we're going to be out of the screen.
Thank you. This is amazing. We are very happy to receive this, and this is going to do some very good for our folks.
That's awesome. We're honored to support you guys. So let's take just a couple minutes and talk a little bit more about Healing Patriots. So Brent, talk to us about, how did Healing Patriots come to be? How long have you guys been serving within the hero community?
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe even start with who we are.
Yeah, please.
We are an all-volunteer nonprofit, which means none of us get paid for what we do. And we help veterans and first responders to on a path of healing through experiences in the great outdoors. And we got started, it goes way back to probably about 2015. There was a group of us that were volunteering for an organization that takes veterans out fishing for a half day. And then they do a big program with lunch and stuff afterwards. And a gentleman that owns a lodge in Canada approached us and said, "Hey, I love what you guys are doing. I'd love to have you bring some veterans up to our camp." Unfortunately, we just weren't able to pull the veterans together to get up there that year. But we talked to the guy and said, one of the things we do in the military is called a site survey. We'll send a group up there, just kind of get the lay of the land, see what things are like. So when we bring a group up here, we know what to expect. So we did that, and it was really odd scenario, I guess. One of the gentlemen was an Iraq War vet, and he was really struggling with PTSD. And his anxiety was really getting the best of him leading up to this trip, to where his wife actually called the gentleman that was planning the trip and said, "I think he's going to back out on you, but we really want him to go." So they worked together. They got him to go on the trip, and he was a nervous wreck for the first couple days. They were on a calm lake, and he was getting seasick on a calm lake. So it was that bad. But a couple days into the trip, the guys are sitting around the campfire sharing stories. And he shared a story of something that happened when he was in Iraq. And the next day he wakes up and he's just a completely different person.
Wow.
It was amazing to see what happened just from sharing that story. And the guys were looking around going, something really cool just happened here. His appetite's getting better, his outlook on life. He's laughing and joking with the guys that he wasn't doing that the day before. Wow. So again, it was just this big transformation for him. And the guys were like, this was awesome. And the next year they planned that big trip, and they were able to pull the veterans in on that trip, and just had some similar, just amazing experiences with some breakthroughs with some of these guys that were really struggling with PTSD. Wow. So we came back from that trip and we said, yeah, this is something we got to do. We started laying the groundwork for things. And in 2017, we had the big planning meeting where the whole foundation for the organization was laid. We started all the paperwork for the 501c3. And in 2018, we conducted our first trips.
Wow. So for 10 years going strong, made it official in kind of 17, 18, that's cool stuff. That's awesome. And, just hearing that story of how you guys learned how you could impact folks' lives there. And then, you took the initiative to do it. Right. That's awesome. So, Sean, I know you're a big supporter of our heroes. Obviously, as a Homes for Heroes real estate specialist, that's what you do, is you
Right.
thank our heroes. I know Healing Patriots has a special place in your heart. Tell us why.
Well, for me personally, prior to my career in real estate, I spent 28 years in law enforcement. And I'll cut to the chase. Shortly after my retirement, within weeks after my retirement, I actually went on a Healing Patriots trip to Canada. And I saw what an impact they had, not just on me, but on the other 10 or 12 people that were on my trip with me. It had such a big impact that when I joined real estate and became part of Homes for Heroes, I learned about the grant awards. And the first thing that came to mind was this organization, because I know they're all doing it on a shoestring budget. Oftentimes they're doing it, like Brent said, no pay. And I think if he's honest, at times they're probably dipping into their own pockets for some stuff that they don't tell us about. So I just really wanted to help out in a way that would be impactful. So I filled out the nomination, and here we are today.
That's awesome. So Brent, obviously hearing what Sean had to say there about, operating on limited funds, hey, we're ecstatic to be able to support you guys with this $5,000 grant. How are you going to use these funds to support our heroes?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are a self-funded organization. So every penny we spend, we have to go find it somewhere through fundraisers and things. So this is a huge help to us. This will pay for an entire trip.
Wow.
We're going to be able to take 12, 13 people on a trip for a week, say to northern Wisconsin or up into Canada. Is going to cover all the lodging, the food, everything for the week. We have a lot of great partners that help us out. The lodges that we stay at always give us a break on costs and things, but it's not free. So we still have to, there's still costs out there. And this is going to be just a huge help for us to, again, fund a trip for next year.
That's awesome. And that kind of leads into my next question. Grants like this, support from, individuals, supporting Healing Patriots and the hero community. I know these kind of grants are important, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Awesome. So Aaron, thank you for taking the time to join us today. Tell us a little bit about how Healing Patriots made a difference in your life.
Sure. So in 2019, I believe it was, I ended up learning of the organization, ended up putting my name in to go on an expedition. As I mentioned in kind of my intro, I've got now 25 years in law enforcement. I spent 7 years in the Air Force. I was in shortly after September 11th, or September 11th happened shortly after I ended up enlisting. So I ended up having some of those experiences that first responders and veterans have, and threw my name in for an expedition. And then in 2020, stuff went sideways on us, which I'm sure everybody recognizes and realizes, but it put a hold on the expeditions because travel was limited. And in August of 21 was able to go with the group up to Canada. It was actually a fairly small expedition. So as Sean and Brent have mentioned, 12, 13 people on an expedition. We only had 3 guests on that. And I didn't know what to expect. I went on this trip with people that I didn't know. It was very uncomfortable for me. As being a veteran and a first responder, we like to be in control of things, and I had zero control over the things that were going to happen other than my participation and my attitude. And I really just had to kind of sit back and let these individuals who I had just met kind of speak into me and to, take care of me, basically.
Awesome.
So after being on a week-long expedition, I came back and my wife looked at me about 2 days later and said, "My husband's back." And that for me was incredibly powerful. Wow. And something that I knew that I had to kind of pay forward. So moving forward, I've volunteered have gone on expeditions as a helper, so serving the guests, volunteered at different events to help raise money. And, I think Healing Patriots has got a very special place in this space of trying to work towards healing for people who, throughout their lives and their careers, have done nothing but try to give to other people. So
That's awesome.
I had that experience for me, and I look forward to being able to continue to give back to those that need it.
Wow, that's all. The power of that peer group and being able to share stories and feelings and emotions, it just makes a huge difference. Obviously from your story, it made a big difference in your life.
Absolutely.
So, Brent, if people wanted to get involved, they want to help pay for some of this, they want to volunteer, they want to help you guys out in some form or fashion, where can they go to find out more information?
Yeah, so we are on Facebook, so you can look us up, Healing Patriots on Facebook. But really, if you want to get involved, either as a guest, if you're interested in coming along on one of our trips, or if you want to donate, our website is healingpatriots.org. So when you go onto the website, you'll see the donate button there if you want to donate. And then there's a application button. So if you want to be a guest on one of our trips, just click on the application button, fill out the application, and you'll get a call from us. We'll get you set up to go on a trip.
That's awesome. Guys, Healing Patriots is doing such great things. I'm just amazed at the difference you're making in the lives of our heroes. And thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. For those that are tuning in and watching us, thanks for joining us. To hear more about Healing Patriots and its mission of service to our heroes, show us a little love, give this video a like, give us a share, leave us a comment. Make sure you tune in later on down the road to hear more about the wonderful nonprofits that the Homes for Heroes Foundation partners with across the country to help our heroes in need. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day, and take just a second today and say thank you to a hero. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Grants from the Homes for Heroes Foundation are made possible by the Homes for Heroes Circle of Giving and its network of real estate professionals who are committed to providing savings to hero groups such as firefighters, EMS, law enforcement, military, active and veterans, healthcare professionals, and teachers. To learn more about the savings available to heroes through Homes for Heroes, or to learn more about how the Homes for Heroes Foundation is helping heroes in dire need, visit homesforheroes.com.